season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. Hey, Dave.
De'Aaron Fox talked about his mentality on the court. You put the ball in his hands, he says, I'm going to take over the game. It doesn't have to be scoring, just always attacking. Always. Gotta be a dog. Don't back down from anyone. Kevin, I know you're a dog. Back to you.
A little intimidation factor, D.A. Thanks. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in New York where they'll take on the Knicks. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Chris Paul. Beasley is out there with Bagley, and it's LeBron James, and it's Doncic in at the shooting guard. Durant is out there with Jason Tatum. Then there's Williamson. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the one. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question, I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
Outside, KD. A three ball, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Durant.
And Harden's three-point accuracy is lethal. I mean, he gets his shot off with such ease and quickness.
Ball finds James. Here's Bagley. It's another look, and he sinks the layup.
Got to push Bagley out of the paint. Once he's close to the rim, he is locked in on scoring.
Here's Harden, and Harden with the stop.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
In the corner, Irving with it. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Hey, we know Harden can score, but he also has great vision.
Here's James. Count it.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Gotten their first three shots to go in for him to start off this game. Passes to Harden. A floater, and it's good on the layup. Harden's got 7 points.
Incredible control on that floater. Harden is fantastic at putting just the right amount of touch on these very difficult and delicate shots.
Count that one.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Outside Irving. Pass to Harden. It's good from the top of the key. 9 points in the game so far.
5 buckets without a miss. That's a fantastic start.
Paul kicks to James. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. That shot is no good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. And then Durant with the dunk.
And really an underrated playmaker. Williamson with good court vision and solid decision-making.
Paul passes to Doncic. To the paint. Here's James. Beasley trying to break free. Makes it off the glass. James has got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Can't connect from 13 feet out. Gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Here's Tatum. Bagley with the block.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Doncic against Harden. Paul for 3. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
That is the quick decision-making of Chris Paul. Doesn't take a single dribble, just sees it and hits it.
Well, it's a short list of point guards who are elite defenders, Clark, but Chris Paul is certainly on that list.
Well, you think about Chris Paul. In his younger days, Kevin, he was an absolute terror defensively. He could lock up any guard in the league. And even at his current age, as he's gotten older, he's still pretty stiff on the defensive end.
What's up?
And that one misses.
You know, no matter how you feel about James Harden, you've got to respect his love for the game. I mean, he absolutely lives and breathes basketball, and that passion has driven him to become the player he is today.
Here's Paul. Releases from the wing and drills it. Paul's got 5 now.
Well, I like the setup there. LeBron with the nice pick.
Here's Williamson. Lets it go with a 3. James Harden hits from deep. And Clark, last year Harden was quoted in saying, most players don't really love basketball.
Well, I don't know about most. That seems a bit extreme. Maybe he feels that they don't love it as much as he does, which certainly you could understand. But I can say that very few players have the drive and determination to improve their game the way Harden has. That's part of why he's been an MVP.
One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Boy, he's been killing them all night, and the defense looks like it's practically packed it in.
Chance to check out the stats for Jason Tatum. He had a strong showing last season. Last season, he averaged 15 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does.
Doncic against Harden. The 3. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Outside Irving. It's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Takes the 13-footer. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. He's got 7.
The pull-up jumpers are a big part of Chris Paul's repertoire on offense. I mean, also a big part of what makes him so dangerous, too.
Now here's Harden. He's got 17. He had a nice open look right there. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Here's Doncic. Bank shot. No good.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Buries the jumper to finish the break. Doncic has got 6 points. Doncic has gone 3 for 4 from the floor tonight. Harden draws the double. Irving looking over the floor. Durant dishes to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Bagley with the rebound.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Doncic outside. Back to Bagley. And it's good for 2. Bagley's got his 2nd basket.
Moving around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And the shot goes in. And it's 8 points for Luka Doncic.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
Irving against Paul. The pass. Over LeBron. And the rejection by James.
Using his length and timing and bounce to perfection there. LeBron James, excellent shot blocker.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen. Well, I don't think it's been a secret. I mean, LeBron James hopes to become the greatest of all time. At least that's my perspective on it. Last season, he surpassed his idol, Michael Jordan, in career scoring. He called it one of the real pinnacles of his career.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Durant. He's coming off an excellent season. 8th in scoring, and he was top 10 in free throw percentage. Did not waste opportunities to convert at the line.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Now, here's Durant. Bagley with the rebound. And you might think about what sets LeBron James apart among the all-time greats. He's the only player who's top 10 in both scoring and assists.
Well, I would even take it a little further, guys. His overall all-around brilliance is what truly separates him from the rest of the great players, because he's top 20 in steals as well as approaching top 50 in rebounds. That's remarkable, and he's done it from day one.
And so here's the home team. 4-point game. 6 to shoot. Durant against Simmons. Yep, that one goes.
Yeah, I just love how Durant finishes over contact, not allowing the D to contain it.
Outside Arenas. Doncic outside. Pass to Bagley. Back to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Boy, showing you some power there, fellas. I mean, nice to see Doncic get up and drop it in with force that time.
And stolen by Arenas. Pass to Simmons. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Bagley. From 13 feet, it goes down. Bagley's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Durant. Over LeBron. And KD the bucket on the assist by Nash. And it's 6 points for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high, makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
1 second left. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Chris Paul talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part, too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just stretching out the floor that first, they had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. We've got Devin Booker. LeBron James is out there with Bagley. Then it's Gilbert Arenas, and it's Simmons in at the three.
That's as good as you can defend LeBron inside, and it's still not good enough.
Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Devin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. Here's Nash. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. It's Nash with the drive. Good work defensively by Arenas.
Does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Basket counts. LeBron's got 10 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here's Nash. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
James kicks to Booker. Launches a three, and Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got his 4th rebound in this one. Dishes it to Nash. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Bagley. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
Morant, he's checked in for Gilbert Arenas. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's the pass to Bagley. He kicks to Morant. The feed to James. And LeBron throws it down.
You see the court awareness Morant has. Outstanding at keeping his teammates involved with good looks.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse.
They take on a team they knocked out of the playoffs last season in the conference semis.
Greg, would you suspect a little bad blood or bad feelings from the opposing side? They better be ready to scrap.
James Harden, he's checked in for Williamson.
And a moment here now to see the numbers for LeBron James. Coming off a terrific season, he put up about 27 points a game, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. And he was their top scorer throughout last season.
Well, his teammates knew whenever they really needed a basket, just look his way.
Young with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron to stop the drought, and James pulls it down. James has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now here's Morant, guarded by Harden. Offensive rebound. Simmons shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And what combinations from Simmons on offense. I mean, really skilled at making the defense get a little shaky when he has the ball. Well, you look at Ben Simmons and that great body of his and the skills of a guard. That is an incredibly unique combination.
And he makes the first. And Clark standing 6'10". Has there ever been a player Ben Simmons' size or bigger who could handle and pass like this?
I really don't think so, Kevin. Obviously, LeBron is 2 inches shorter and probably 15 pounds heavier. Giannis is more of a scorer than a passer and facilitator. Magic Johnson was the first of the true 6'8"-ish point guards. He might be the closest when you look at Ben Simmons, but man, he's special because of that size and passing ability.
And the basket is good.
Good read from Tatum that time. Saw the defense had overcommitted and then made them pay with the sweet dime. Well done.
Pass to James. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It goes on Jason Tatum. And LeBron James, Clark climbing the all-time scoring list, last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
James drills them both.
You look at LeBron James, he's truly a remarkable talent. And every season he seems to add something else to his game. It's been fun watching him, and I'm not sure how much longer we're going to see him at this level.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Here is Davis, following the basket by John Morant. And it's Davis missing. It's a 5-point game. Puts it up for Beasley.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Young taking his time here. And here's Harden for three. Connects from three-point range. Harden's got 22.
I've got a word for Harden. It's indefatigable. Say that real fast. Which basically means he's tireless. Even when he's carrying the whole offense, he's got great energy and stamina. Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Here's Davis. The second chance effort rejected by Booker. And he gets it back. And it's good, 2 points. Gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Here, that's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Now, how about the handles from the young fellow? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
Young with the ball. Now guarded by Simmons. Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Here's James, and James throws it down.
Another one of those special nights for LeBron. I mean, you know, if he sticks around till he's an older fella, that all-time scoring career mark, wow, might be in jeopardy.
Davis with the bucket.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
And so the timeout by Brett Brown here. Clark, if you were a coach on a team, what would you want to see from a guy by the end of his rookie season in the NBA?
You know, Kevin, I won't be specific because I think it's more general in my estimation. Owning his development, whatever that means, embracing how he's going to get better. If it's a particular area of the game, yes, but understanding the professionalism of work ethic and developing good habits and really owning that. That's what I would want to see.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Baron Davis. Well, while we have a second, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. James Harden, number 1.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
Passes it to LeBron. Poked loose. Just 5 to shoot, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Irving passes to Young. Back to Irving. From outside, off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
James nails the baby hook. James has got 20 points.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
LeBron with the block. Here's Doncic. Here's Simmons. Stolen by Harden. And here's the fast break. Young with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And here is Paul. James, right side. It's good, and that takes him to 77% shooting this game, 10 for 13.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down.
Oh, my goodness! What a play!
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
Pass to Doncic. And it's off from three-point range. Gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Tatum passes to Irving. Oh, Tatum in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And, you know, if you throw it up, Tatum will go get it now. He's a really good athlete. You can't let him roam free like that.
Feeds it to LeBron. And the dunk by LeBron.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Irving's shot is good.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by LeBron. 14 points for Luka Doncic. Gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Irving double team to the middle. Shots good from Young.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Doncic with it. He's picked up by Irving. Tatum against James. Shot from 12. And he hits the jumper for 2. James has got 26 points.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Irving kicks to Harden. The pass to Young. No good on the triple. Here's Doncic. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Here's LeBron, and James throws it down.
They know he's looking for him, so it's easy to see why Paul's teammates love him.
Irving for 3-pointer. Irving's got 13. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyrie, they got themselves going in the second quarter. How do you get control of the game back?
It starts with not getting the ball out of the net. We got to get stopped, and it starts not in. That's where it's really going to start for us. And we just got to continue to compete. That's all.
Kyrie, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. We've reached halftime of our first regular season game. Swimming. I thought you thought maybe the first half was going swimmingly. Ernie Johnson, can you suggest? LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 28 points, 2 block shots, and 1 steal. He's got one of those streaks going lately where it doesn't seem like he can be stopped. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunk, alley-oop, run the lanes, had every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Well, the reserves came in to play like starters. Gave them some big points off the bench. It'll be no surprise to see them get more minutes in the second half. They definitely deserve it. Though sometimes when you get more minutes, you get exposed. We shall see.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been a clinic out there by James.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We've got Williamson. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Tatum, and it's KD in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half.
Taking exactly what the defense gives him, Doncic exploiting whatever he sees out there. Does a nice job seeing the game.
Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game, and don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Tatum's shot is off. Gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Doncic, and some very quick points for him on that possession. Doncic has got 20 points.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
And it's
starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Bagley kicks to Beasley. Doncic against Harden. Beasley, good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 6 assists here tonight. Harden the pass to Tatum. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
An athletic forward who dunks it with style, Kevin. He's showing off his dunking ability right there.
Doncic dishes to LeBron. And it's Bagley at the elbow. And Tatum pulls it down.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
And finished off by Bagley.
The great timing there. Bagley gets off the ground so quickly, gives the defense no chance to react.
Bounce pass. Here's Durant. It's good. The basket is now 5 for 9. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Paul with the ball. 7 points in the game. Doncic kicks to Paul. Five to shoot. Steps back the jump shot. Paul's got 9.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Pass to Harden. Launches it. No good that time.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Bagley, the pass to LeBron. And there it is for him. LeBron's got 30 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
KD passes to Williamson. Can't hit the free throw line jump. Gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Here's Paul. Kicks to Beasley. Durant with some nice D. Gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Williamson, the pass to Tatum. Bagley with the block. Now here's Paul. 9 points in the game so far. LeBron has doubled and stolen by Tatum. Here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
And the defense learned a valuable lesson there. Don't let Williamson get to that launching pad around the rim.
And so the timeout by Brett Brown here. Mark, we're seeing more and more young coaches in the NBA. You think this is a trend? Is it completely circumstantial? What's your view on it?
Well, I think you've got more younger coaches that are capable and able to coach. And the league is quite young, too. I think it's a current trend. But we've seen that before in decades past when it seems the wave of coaches are younger. I think it's more or less kind of the cycle of life that we see across a lot of different industries.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for James Harden. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season, averaging 36 points a game, 7 assists and 6 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Nash, the pass to Durant. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. KD's got 4 points this quarter, being an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. Passes it to Fox. Clock at 6. Outside for Arenas. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Arenas has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now Durant. He's got 13. Pass to Rose. And here's Harden. He's covered by Arenas. It's Harden with the drive, and that one, good. Harden's got 26.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Pulls up, high post. Jump shot is good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Here's Rose. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Nash has got 3 assists now in this one.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Now the pass to Arenas. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Arenas has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Here's Booker. That one, no good. Durant with some nice D. Fox against Nash. Pass to Rose. A floater. He lays it in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And so the timeout by Brett Brown here. Checked in for Rose.
Here's a look at the stats for Devin Booker. Last season, he played outstanding. 7th in scoring, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Fires the three. Steve Nash with the rebound. Gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. Davis with the bucket.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
Harden draws the double. Lets it go from 14. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
And both free throws good for Davis.
And Davis, all energy, big physical point guard with that shoot first mentality.
Simmons passes to Bagley. 1:39 left to play in the third. Durant with some nice D.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Nash against Booker. Here's Durant. Defense right on him. 2 points. That one goes.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
It's stolen by Davis. He dishes it to Williamson. Back to Davis. No one near him. And he gets it to go. Davis has got 6 points in the quarter.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps, Greg, some type of motivational speech at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
Here's Beasley. Bagley trying to free himself up. And that one is good by Beasley. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Williamson. And the jump by Williamson.
Like saying Davis, focus on getting the ball around to other people, solid, and recognizing when his teammate has an advantage.
Passes it to Arenas. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Kevin Durant.
Exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
And that one falls for Arenas.
Arenas, boy, I tell you, is one of the most confident and explosive scorers in the game. A shoot-first point guard who will let it fly at any time and do real damage with the ball in his hand.
Drills it from outside.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
To the inside, and that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Tatum.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
And here's Arenas outside. He's off on that one. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. The away team, they're up by 2. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Marvin Bagley is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Gilbert Arenas. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Paul in at the point guard position.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed. How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an
Here's Young. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
I did not think they had enough clock to get all the way back, but here they are. And now they've got to feel like they're in control of this thing.
Shot clock at 6. From deep Arenas, it's good. That basket is now 5 for 9.
And you know what? He's shaken off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Young with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. The 11-footer, and that one's good. Durant.
And Durant has just such a fluid release. Very efficient shooting the ball from that mid-range.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. The offensive rebound.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
And it's Durant missing.
After hitting 1-3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
Paul outside, down low. For the 3. And the ball goes out of bounds. Pass touch by Arenas. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Pass to Williamson. Here's Irving. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Young against Arenas. Back to Paul. Over Irving. That's good from Paul on the assist by Arenas. Arenas has got 3 assists now in this one. Irving against Paul. Irving, good. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
And taken away by Arenas. Oh, and the jam by Arenas.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially contests where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Floats it up for James.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. That's no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
James Harden, he's checked in for Trae Young. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. He told them, you can do a lot of great things out there and still lose if you don't take care of the boards. I want to see more effort, gang rebounding, everyone involved. That was his only focus. Kevin?
On the wing, Irving. Harden outside. There's the three. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
It's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And they double up James. Here's Bagley. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got assist number 7 for him tonight. Got a piece of it. Irving with a clean look. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
No luck for him this half after being outstanding from outside the arc in the first half.
LeBron is doubled. Over in the corner, Paul Beasley. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Harden on the wing. Guarded by Doncic. Good on the three-point shot.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Back to James. 6 to shoot. That's good from Doncic on the assist by LeBron. James has got assist number 8 now on the night. Irving against Paul. Now, here's Bagley. He's covered closely. He feeds it to Beasley. It's deflected. Here's Williamson. Teardrop shot. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Showing the versatility with the floater, Williamson sees where the D's coming from and able to adapt.
It's Beasley on the wing. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Irving against Paul. Harden outside. Back to Irving. From the arc. And the 3 ball is good. Irving's got 24.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
LeBron James on the wing. Doncic against Harden. Outside, Bagley. Trying his luck from deep. Kicks it out to Paul. Takes the three. Kept alive. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. 34 points for LeBron.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And I tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of Jay. He's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Harden surveying the D. This one for three. But they get it back. Williamson and the rejection by James. Here's Paul. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Count it good. Harden's got 9 points here in the second half.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
On the wing, Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 5 assists tonight.
And all of a sudden, that three puts them in striking distance, guys. He's had that shot working all night.
You bet he has. I mean, working overtime. The triple's been his bread and butter in this ball game. Nothing but butter. Sweet butter.
And there's the pass to Williamson. The dish now to Harden. Off target from three-point range.
You know, brick after brick. It's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to brain it in down the stretch here.
He's a real wrecking ball inside. Once Bagley has solid position, you almost have to foul him.
And that puts them up by 5.
And one of the youngest rookies when he came into the NBA, Bagley reclassified in high school so he could get to college a year early.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James.
And his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
There's 53 seconds left in the fourth. Doncic against Harden. Durant trying to break free. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
Got to make anybody besides Harden shoot the ball there. I mean, he doesn't feel the pressure. He embraces this stuff. It's right in his wheelhouse. Make somebody else shoot it.
Good on the bucket.
This is when some players pull in and tighten up a bit, but if you're talking about CP3, this is when it becomes fun for him.
Irving from long range. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And you got to admire Irving in these situations. Doesn't let pressure overwhelm him. In fact, he embraces it.
Ball against Irving. Shot clock at 5. From deep 3-point range, but they recover it. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Had to foul, but on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Break is his second attempt at the line. No good. And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Guys, your thoughts?
And the defenders are going to be very cautious coming out of this timeout. The only way they can get 4 points is with a three-pointer and a foul. So I'm sure the D will just back off.
Near the three-point line, it's Nash. Count it.
You know, the turnaround jumper, guys, is one of those shots that always just look so good. I mean, it's got that nice, smooth, singular motion. Sweet.
And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, LeBron. The spotlight's on you all the time. How do you kind of put that to the side and deliver the kind of performance you did tonight?
I just wanted to try to lead my team the best way I could. Whatever I needed to do out on the floor, I tried to be there for them tonight, and glad we was able to get this win.
Thanks very much, LeBron. Appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.